Alright, what's up guys? I'm back today with another Ultimate Showcase, this time for my Dark Phoenix. This is my 10th rank 4, 2nd Cosmic, right behind Vox, and I really like this champ. When she first came out, I was only thinking defense really. I didn't see her being incredibly great on attack, and then I started taking her for some war fights, and I'm like, oh wait, she actually can do a lot of cool things on the war map. Do a lot of interesting stuff against some of the more common tech defenders like Future Ant Man, Sentinel, Red Skull, and others. And honestly, her value just kind of started peaking for me the more I played her. I just originally thought that she wouldn't be very strong in those little short form content game modes on attack. In BGs, I don't really think she is still, but she will work decently well if it's not like a nullify meta and you're fighting a tech champ. And then in war attack, she just has a lot to do though, especially again against the tech class, obviously. But she is one of the stronger tech attackers for war because she doesn't rely on debuffs. Her entire kit is passive when it comes to placing stuff on the opponent, which is really, really awesome. So we're going to start by fighting this Future Ant Man in war, BGs. I think this is the only BGs fight I have. It also went very poorly. He got some really good RNG on his armors for some reason. And then my game's like, dude, he's glancing all of my freaking pulverizing attacks, which sucks. And then we have to deal with the power gain nullifying my power gain and stuff like that. It was a really annoying start, but she's really good for Fant Man. This fight probably can be taken like 50 seconds in another meta. And yeah, his armor RNG was honestly just insane. I've never seen a Fant Man get armor as often as he does in this fight. But luckily, like, I'm gonna take Fant again in war, in like a couple fights in the video from now, and it goes so well. It was like a war boss with Fant, and maybe a couple other fights. I don't remember if I added any more Fant fights in the showcase, but yeah, she's very good for this defender in general. Just you don't need to get terrible RNG like I did in this fight. So anyway, he's gonna go down there. It's not too bad, especially in a anti-cosmic meta. 74 seconds, but again, this should be like 55, I'd say, in a meta that isn't hurting her and with like reasonable RNG. So next up, we're gonna go fight Sentinel on node 41. So this one's gonna give Sentinel more combat power rate when he's below 2 bars, and then obviously less when he's above it. And this is just kind of a generic showing of how good Dark Phoenix is for Sentinel in general. And the reason for that is most of the damage that she does is all in the Nova Flames. And the Nova Flames are energy damage, but they're not instant burst. So he's not going to be able to reduce the damage from that by his analysis charges. They're going to get through his armor, obviously, because it's a damage over time effect. So it's just using a champion with a bunch of red DOT effects that Sentinel isn't immune to is kind of the best way to take him. And he's obviously not immune to Nova Flame like he is Bleed, Poison, Cold Snap, all that fun stuff. So yeah, Nova Flame is something he's very vulnerable to, and as you can see, we're just kind of melting him down with that. I don't really care if he has armor or crit resist because of the fact my numbers are supposed to be in red. So I'm going to go for the special 2, get the Fury, and then I'm going to go for some special 1s, place some pretty potent Nova Flames, because their potency goes up with Embers, and then the damage goes up with the Fury, and you just start doing a lot of damage, obviously, every tick that happens. And then when we get to Sentinel's final percentage threshold, we can pulverize his armor, which I do right there. And then that will cause him to lose his armor and not get the power gain from the fact that the armor expired. So that helps out a lot there. Alright, now we're going to go fight Red Skull. I didn't mention this before, but take note that all of the war fights are going to be boosted, so this is a little bit extra damage than normal, because it's in season war. I'm obviously going to boost, but just know that I'm showing you more of these to show you like the concept of how she does against the defender or the node combo rather than just the damage that she does to it. I just want to show you more that this is something that she does and it really works for, rather than how strong the damage is. So anyway, All that being said, this is a really cool one. I came up with this idea a little bit last season. I hadn't seen it before. I don't know if anyone's actually done it before when I tried it. But we're using Dark Phoenix for Hazard Shift, Bleed, and Cold Snap Red Skull. Now, Dark Phoenix isn't immune to Bleed or Cold Snap. Believe it or not, she's not Cold Snap immune, which is kind of crazy, but she's not. So yes, we do take a good bit of Cold Snap damage. However, the reason that you can take Hazard Shift that isn't Incinerate and do it so well, even though you're not immune to any of the effects, is the fact that her heavy attack and her special 1 are all one-hit attacks. So you are barely triggering Hazard Shift if you only use the special 1 and the heavy. As you can see here, we're 12 hits into the fight, and Red Skull's already below 20% health because we aren't hitting him too often to get Hazard Shift debuffs on me. And as you can see here, I'm finishing this fight at like 92%. And so he's going to go down right there, barely losing any health to Hazard Shift. And the fact that we took the fight in only 16 hits is kind of attesting to why she is a pretty good Hazard Shift champion, and she can do most of the nodes on the map if it's a defender that you can get your heavy attack and your special 1 accessible really not too restrictively. Now we'll go fight a Future Ant Man war boss. This is kind of how I mentioned earlier, how she's pretty good for Future Ant Man in general. This is another one where it's like, I feel like the fight took a little bit longer than normal. But yeah, you pulverize his armors away, and then you just do a bunch of damage in the Nova Flame. So we're going to ramp up a little bit of our Embers with the special 1 first, place a little bit of Nova Flame as well to just do some damage during that time. My favorite thing about her special 1 is the fact that it's giving you a 75% power gain buff, so you almost get the entirety of the special pack in power, which just makes it so spammable, and it's not like a punishment for, you know, ramping up the damage of your Nova Flames, because you're just getting so much power back. I really like that aspect of the kit. So I'm baiting the special 1 here. Part of the length of the fight probably also attests to the fact that I basically only baited special 1s in this fight, just kind of because I wanted to play it safer. It'll probably be a lot faster if you decided to push Fant to special 2 sometimes. I just didn't go for that route. I only baited special 1s, and the fact that I have 2 disintegrations on me is annoying because that's 35% combat power rate reduction, and now it's 45%. I feel like some of these I might have tried to parry, and then some of them might have been on accident when I realized, oh, that's actually making this fight take a lot longer because I'm barely getting into my next special attacks because I just getting power much less often. But it's, I don't know, the damage is getting greatly reduced, which is fun. Something to do with the safeguard, I think. I'm kind of surprised that the safeguard is actually reducing the damage of the disintegrations. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but they would normally be doing a lot more than 45, so it's pretty nice. He's getting melted, obviously. I'm trying to get to another special 2, and then he's not throwing a special 1, so I just got tired of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm just dropping my special 2. I don't give a crap anymore. So then I'm just going to take it on block, and then we're going to try to build back to a special 1 really soon, which is exactly what I'm going to do with the combo there. Heavy attack, pulverize, just drop the special 1 in the air. It's still going to place the Nova Flame, which is exactly what I want. And then I'm going to go for a heavy there, another one into the air. Special 1 gives me the unstoppable, so it's relatively safe if I do it that way. And then, yeah, he's just going to drop dead in a couple more seconds. So another special 1, and 4%, 3%, 1%, he's gone. So finished that fight pretty healthy too. And yeah, that's a pretty nice fight, if I do say so myself. So now we're going to move on to longer form content, because at the end of the day, this is what Dark Phoenix was designed for, endgame content. And we're going to start against Labyrinth Starlord just to get a general idea of what the long form rotation looks like, because it's very different than the short fights that we did earlier. Okay, so the long form rotation is we're going to start by getting a few embers with the special one. I think I'm going to use 2 special ones, which in all reality means I only consumed half a bar of power because we get 75% back each time. So we are going to go for the special 3 now, and then the special 3 is going to do 2 things. Firstly, it's going to place an indefinite Nova Flame, and then secondly, it's going to give us a power gain, granting 3 bars of power over like 30 seconds or something. How am I getting hit by those specials? I have literally no idea. But either way, we go for the special 3, and then, yeah, there's the indefinite Nova Flame, which, you know, it's not the most damaging thing ever, because we don't have the Fury active, but we do get a power gain that's going to give us, again, 3 bars of power. So, I'm going to go for my special 2 here, get my Fury, and then while I just have so much power gain from the special 3 still, we're going to run back to the special 3, and then we're going to place another indefinite Nova Flame. So the indefinite Nova Flames stack up to 3. You can have 3 of them, and then you can have 3 of the expiring ones, so total of 6 Nova Flames total as like your max. 3 indefinite, 3 ticking. And then I go for it there, and you can see we have 3 Nova Flames now. And the one that got boosted by the Fury is doing 3,000 damage a second. And the one that didn't was only 1.2 thousand. So, or not a second, half second, by the way. So I'm going to go for the special 3 once more. I still have the Fury, so we get another boosted Nova Flame. And then I'm going to, at this point, build back to another special 2, get the Fury back, and then spam special 1s. Because we ramped up those 3 permanent Nova Flames, we don't need to use a special 3 again. We are just going to burn him to death with the special 2s and the special 1s. So yeah, once you get the 3 permanent Nova Flames, it's just back to what your short fight rotation would look like. You're going to get the Fury, drop special 1s with it, and then when you need a Fury back, you go for a special 2. It's pretty simple. And yes, Star-Lord is just melting at this point. I need to go for the special 2 in a second after he drops his. He is certainly taking his time. And then he finally does. We have max embers, which is awesome. I forgot to say that you do get extra embers on the special 3 as well. And then Star-Lord dies right there in, how long was it? Probably a little more than 2 minutes. Yeah, 2:37. And now we're going to move into Necropolis. I have like, I don't remember how many solos I put in the video. I've got at least 6, maybe 7 Necropolis solos. I probably have like 4 or 5 that are actually in the video, because a couple of them felt kind of redundant of ones that I did before. But we're going to start against Omega Sentinel first. And this one is really cool because we're going to show off how good her Pulverize is. Because later in the fight, Omega Sentinel is going to eventually go immune to Armor Break and maybe Armor Shatter. I don't remember if Armor Shatter is something she goes immune to, but it's when she reaches a certain health threshold. So we're going to do the whole rotation where we're going to get the 15 embers and go for a special 3, and then just keep doing that just like we did against Labyrinth Star-Lord. Now the only difference here is the fact that obviously this is an Omega Sentinel, so there's a lot more to pay attention to than Star-Lord. And the reason I say that is, against Star-Lord, we were able to fit 2 SP3s in 1 Fury. That might not always be possible. You might have to do the special 3 first to get the power gain, and then special 2, special 3, special 2, special 3. What we were able to do against Star-Lord was special 3 and then special 2 and then 2 special 3s afterwards. So we skipped one of the special 2s. All that to say is that if you're fighting a defender with actual abilities, you might not be able to fit everything into the tighter windows, which is fine. Like, you don't need to be too concerned about it. Just go for another special 2. It just means that, you know, your goal is to try to get the special 3 Nova Flame to have that Fury benefit. So you might just need to take a little bit more time getting your Fury back online, which I think I might have to do here. We'll see how fast I get to the 3 bars of power. I think we're going to fall short. Yeah, we're going to have to get the special 2 going because she wasn't dropping her special attack, and I knew I wouldn't have enough time. So that's fine. We have the 2 indefinites and 1 ticking, so we're going to go ahead and get to the special 3 once more, and then get that last indefinite. And then now we have a bunch of Nova Flames. permanent Nova Flames. So that's just a bunch of extra damage, and now we're going to start going for the special 2s and special 1s. And then eventually, Omega Sentinel is just going to drop dead. So here she drops her special 2, and then I am just going to take it on the block until I get Blacksterity'd, and oh, we're going for a special 3 again. Okay, well, I don't know if that was an accident or intentional. There is one little benefit to that. It's going to replace the oldest Nova Flame with the one that is Fury boosted, so it's not like it's a terrible thing. Because the first special 3 we did placed an indefinite Nova Flame that wouldn't have gotten the boost from the Fury. The new one would. So that is a benefit to doing that. I don't remember if I did it intentionally, but it's not a terrible thing that happened. We're just doing more damage now. So I drop a special 1 into the air. I'm just going to do that a few times. We're unstoppable, so it doesn't matter too much. And I don't need the hit to actually land or hit in the block to place the Nova Flames. It's just going to happen. So anyway, I drop another special 2 here. And Omega Sentinel's health bar is just going down very, slowly but surely. It's a 8 million health fight, so it's going to obviously go down a little slower, but the damage is very, very high. And this is going to be one of the fastest 8 million damages you might have ever seen. So, yeah, it takes a little while to get ramped, but it's fine. Special intercepted by the AI, of course. That's cool. But it's alright. We're going to go for another special 2 in a moment after I pulverize. And I think, yeah, we're in the state here where that passive makes her immune to armor break and maybe armor shatter. Again, I don't remember if it's shatter or not, but either way, we're going to go for my special 1 now. And then we're going to go for another special 1 after the pulverize heavy and stuff. And now we are almost finishing the fight at this point. We need to get another Fury in just a second, and then that should be the last Fury we actually need for the fight. Again, she has very little armor, and then I'm going to not parry stun because I had so many Tranquilize, which is, again, another benefit of her fight being, her kit being almost entirely passive, because the Tranquilize would be very annoying for keeping the Nova Flames up, but the fact that they're passive Nova Flames makes it pretty great. So here we do switch into the other, like halfway through the Necropolis fight thing that makes me rooted, and she does more damage, but whatever, she dies. So there we go. That fight goes down in about how long? Under 5 minutes, which is pretty great. So now we're going to go fight Silver Centurion, which in my opinion is the hardest fight in the Necropolis. And she is going to do a pretty good job for this one. It took me a lot of attempts, I will not lie. This one, it might have been like 8 tries to get this solo. Partially because I was just messing up a lot, partially just because this fight is so BS at times. But the fact that she can solo is still pretty good a testament. And we also have the little icon that gives us a little extra attack rating for the fight. But it's going to be kind of exponentially nothing once we get the Fury going, because the Fury's giving me so much attack anyway that 15% more is kind of nothing, which I think this happens not before the fight starts, so it wouldn't scale percentage-wise. It's weird math, but anyway, I don't think the Necropolis little boon is doing as much damage as you'd expect. So also from here, I'm not going to talk over every single fight the full way through, because they start to blend together with how the rotations work. And so the whole thing for this one is when he's got his locked on or whatever thing going, his specials don't cost any power. So I need to ideally just get him out of that as fast as possible whenever he inevitably gets in it, because there's no way to stop him from going into his locked on. It's just going to happen eventually. So the goal is just to make it go away as fast as possible, and that's by trying to stay away when he's not in the special animation. And sometimes during the special animation, I think it stays paused in the special 2 exclusively, or something like that. And so Dark Phoenix, once she's ramped, doesn't need to play extremely aggressive. So like once we get all of the permanent Nova Flames going, we can kind of just slow play as much as we need to. So the fact that we might have to spend like 10-15 seconds not touching him, getting him out of the mode, isn't going to be extremely harmful once we get all the impermanent Nova Flames going, because then we can just wait out as much as we need to. So then I'd go for the special 3 right there with the Fury still active, and so now I have all those permanent Nova Flames, 2 of them boosted by the Fury, and that's all I'm gonna go for this whole fight. That's all I really need. So anyway, we try to partially dex out of the special 2, it works, and then now we're gonna go for my special 2. Unfortunately, the root is annoying because it means I'm stuck close to him, but it's fine. We're gonna let the lock-on expire in a moment. Of course, he refreshed it, so that kind of ruined that plan. But I'm gonna drop the special 1 to his block here, create a little bit of distance, and then I drop a special 2, which I thought was gonna be a special 1, but it's fine. And now he's out of the mode again. So it's just gonna be kind of this, getting him in and out of the mode while we try to do damage. We're constantly doing damage in general because of the permanent Nova Flames, but more damage with getting the Fury back and then placing the ticking Nova Flames. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking in a moment. Unfortunately, something happened there, so I'll talk about it for 1 second. Basically, I just somehow got hit by the special 2. I don't remember exactly what I was trying to do in the moment, but yeah, those blasts he does right there reach all the way across the screen, even though they don't look like it. And maybe that's what happened to me, but now I've got these plasmas on me, and they last a long time. They started paused, and I'm like, okay, well, there goes most of my health. We are going to be able to solo, but it's going to get really close at the end a lot because of that. So I'm going to stop talking, and I'll see you in the next fight. So this one I'm going to go over very quickly, and it's really simple why she kind of cheeses this one. She's immune to Nova Flame, and the whole threat of this fight is Nova Flames, which are going to place power stings on you. So there's quite literally like no nodes. It's just a gigantic sunspot, and that's kind of it, which is really funny, because when the fight came out, I don't even know if Iceman was buffed yet. So Iceman's the only person immune to Nova Flame in the game, and then Dark Phoenix, of course, is the second one. And so, yeah, I don't know if he was buffed at the time, but like no one was immune to the Sunspot's nodes here because no one was immune to Nova Flame, and now one is, being Iceman, and another being Dark Phoenix. So it's really funny that there's just absolutely nothing left of this fight. So yeah, that's why it's kind of sped up, because it's literally just me punching him to death. But yeah, I'll move on to the next one. Okay, so this is the last Necropolis fight I'll have in the video. I cut out me soloing Captain America Sam Wilson because it's kind of a nothing fight, honestly. I don't remember if there were any more that I took with her. There probably were. I think I did either Red Goblin or Odin with her. But those I think I uploaded in other videos, so not necessary to really show again. And they might have been with her at rank 3 only. So anyway, this Future Ant Man's kind of annoying because he's got this power loss node where I'm guaranteed to lose power if I'm immune to it or not. If I'm not dashing back or in a special animation when that timer on me expires, the one that looks like a power drain. So that's just going to be annoying to get my kit active. I just have to make sure I'm doing the dexing and doing the special attacks during the time. And then other than that, it's just a big Future Ant Man, which we're going to use Pulverize for sometimes when needed, and then he's going to eventually drop because he won't have a lot of armors, and then we'll be doing a bunch crap ton of damage in Nova Flames, and that's kind of the fight. So I think we want to like not repeat special attacks for something as well. I don't remember why. But you can see there's like a 3 there, which is gonna be bad if I do another special 3. So we need to do a special 2 here, and then special 3, and then probably special 2, special 3 again. And that's gonna be the strategy for this one. So anyway, I'm gonna see y'all at the end of the video from here. I'm hoping this fight looks straightforward enough for you to understand it. So in conclusion, I really think Dark Phoenix has aged better for me than I expected her to. And of course, we're only like 4 months into her lifespan in the game so far, but she has genuinely impressed me with how well she's doing in war, and especially in endgame content. She's arguably the best cosmic champ for like Necropolis level health pools that we have right now. And obviously her value is only going to go up when we get more Necropolis style content in the future, because it's going to happen sooner or later, hopefully by the end of the year, but I have absolutely no knowledge as to when, but you know it's going to happen eventually, right? So I'm just hoping that I'll be able to use Enchantress and other favorites of mine for endgame content like not Dark Phoenix, she is Dark Phoenix, like Enchantress and other attackers like that for the future. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.